Okay, hi. It's been a while, so today we are actually looking into multiple things. First, CEOPS's 1.50 or 1.50 update has just come out, and you may or may not be interested in what it has to offer. There is custom crosshairs now, you can change the opacity of each HUD element separately, there is also a new map, and there is a new case opening animation. And that new case opening animation will be the star of the show today, because I will be trying to open the rarest unboxable item in CEOPS, all the while I explain to you why I haven't uploaded in a while. And that brings us to case opening. I guess first we look into like what each of the quantities look like, because the animation differs by quantity. This is what it looks like for 10. We get a knife immediately, nice. This is what it looks like for 10. Then we have 9, which is effectively the same thing, except it's like arranged slightly differently because it's, you know, it's one less obviously. Then we have 8, that is the same thing, but like symmetrical, and 4 on each row. That is really nice. 7. Then we have 6. That is 5. I personally would have probably liked if like 5 was just 5 ones in a line, I guess. But like that's personal preference in that case, I guess. Yeah, like that, but with 5. But yeah, it looks like it wouldn't have fit properly. I get that then. That would be 3. Then that is 2. And the star of the show, of course, this is 1. Which, yeah, looks really nice in my opinion. So I considered to make this whole video only using the one animation thing, but I did the math, and that could take over 30 hours, and like personally I kind of just didn't feel like it. Surprise, surprise. So let's first get down to like even numbers, so we can just hammer through all of them with 10. Like it's gonna take long enough with 10 most likely. Like thankfully I can edit this for you, but like this still has the potential to take several hours for me, even if I'm like average lucky. So we'll just open cases and talk about stuff. Yep, tier 6 is what we need. So if you didn't get the memo so far, what we are obviously looking for is the AK malware, which is in a tier with 66 other skins, meaning I need to hit 2% to get the right tier. We're getting hella tier 6s right now, which is really nice, but like we need that tier 6. So we need that. We need to hit that tier by 2%, and then we have another 1 in 67 spin to actually get the AK. So again, this has the potential to take quite a while, but I hope it should give me enough time to talk about what actually happened and why I haven't uploaded. So let's get into that then. So the last video that I actually uploaded was 26th of February, the thing where I looked at the comments from the trailer of the Incendiary. Very fun video, I think, in retrospect. I've rewatched it like once or twice. It's pretty nice. Has the potential to age quite well. Yeah, actually the type of content that I would really like to make. So at the end of that video I said that I'm planning to make another video showcasing Incendiaries. Yeah, once beta comes out. And beta did actually come out on 11th of March. That's a Tuesday. Tuesday I am meeting the grandma, eating lunch at the grandma's place. Therefore I wasn't home all day. Oh, we're out of cases. 2 seconds. There we go. So, we were out for lunch at the grandma's place. Had lots of fun. I come home, did some grocery shopping after. You know how it is. I get home. What the why, bro? Like, I get so many tier 6 skins. Like, give me the one that we actually need. Like, man. For fuck. Anyway, grocery shopping, we get home. I just want to plug my iPad in, I want to get right to work, new beta, you know how it is. I do that, and the iPad is very much not charging. Nice. We've gotten everything except for what we're looking for so far, that's really nice. So, I plug the iPad in, it doesn't charge. Like, I do the usual... Okay. I do the usual thing. I just take a different charger, take a different charging... Brother! Like, I appreciate the tier 7s. Like, at this point, this is almost... no, it's not almost as unlikely, but it's really unlikely. Anyway, moving on. I do the usual troubleshooting that you would if you have a problem like that. I get different charging brick, I get different this, different that. All doesn't really fix the issue. I just kind of surrender on the fact that, you know, this is most likely not gonna work. So I just do some things. I edit the intro, I do things that I don't need other like in-game footage for, and I effectively wait until my new iPad arrives, which is April 1st at this point. By this point, however, I have already seen that the hand thing, you know, where you pull the grenade and you throw the grenade, and there's like the hand where you can line up utility stuff from. That's already in the works by that point, and I'm aware of that. So I know that there's probably tons of lineups that I can make based on that, and so all the work that I've already done, I probably have to redo because like there's probably easier lineups for some stuff. But I can't really start recording on that because I need it to be in the live version so I can get a spectator cam and in-game footage in the same shot, otherwise it's not gonna sync up. I'm putting way too much thought into a basic COPS video. You know, it's the usual for me. Regardless, so I have to wait until that comes to beta, that hand thing. While that was happening, Delta Force released, which was the 21st of April. Yeah, 21st of April, I played some Delta Force. Delta Force was really fun. I grinded the shit out of that game for like a week or so. I was like 50th on the... Oh, out of cases, 2 seconds. Okay, I got some more. Yeah, this is gonna keep happening. I played a ton of Delta Force. I was on the global leaderboard. I was like 50th or something for like a while. It's really just grinding. It's not a skill-based thing. It's just like I played a ton of Delta Force. Maybe I find a screen time screenshot thing from the first week. Yeah, it was tons of Delta Force. Regardless, that game is very fun, by the way. If you haven't checked out Delta Force, have a look at it. Especially the early grind where you... What's that animation? I've never seen that before. Oh, this one. Ah, I see. I didn't know that preview image looked like that. So yeah, Delta Force, lots of fun. Give it a try if you haven't yet. It's like a Battlefield meets... It's very close to Battlefield. Made by the same guys that did Code Mobile, like by the same studio. Regardless, that's what I did from 21st of April for like a week or so. So we're speaking 28th, 29th of April. That's, I think, one of those days, I don't know which one of them, but one of those days is once again a Tuesday. All the bane of my existence starts on Tuesday. Oh, that's, actually, we got a tier 6 gun. That's what we need, we just need a different one. Nice. So, again, 28th, 29th of April, something like that. I'm kind of done with Delta Force. I've done all the grinding that I want to. I'm in the highest ranker, and I have been for a while. I'm not saying game getting stale, but like there's a weapon progression thing where you keep unlocking more levels, and I have all the meta guns and all the guns that are like kind of fun on max by that point. I have all the characters. It's you will get once you play Delta Force. It's like a blast until you have everything unlocked, and then you're kind of stuck waiting until the next like major update comes out. It's like that with most games, I feel. So that happened 28th, 29th of April. So I decided to start on the video then, once I get home, again, Tuesday. I get home, and to my horror, I try to play some COPS, which that's not the horror part. Sometimes it is, but like usually it isn't. Yeah, I play COPS, and I realized, yeah, I can put some footage on screen. It's not that playable for multiple reasons. First of all, COPS has tons of problems. Still a fun game though. But yeah, the not playable part was internet related. I did some asking around, did some testing. Very obviously, internet issues on my end. So I do what the tech-savvy person does. I reach out to my ISP. I do a few tests to like verify what the issue most likely is, where it's coming from, and I sent those to my ISP, and I get like a basic little response from like, yeah, it's basically the equivalent of have you tried turning it off and on again, which I have firmly that I have done that on a few occasions. The problem that I kind of ended up with is there was most likely like a maintenance thing somewhere in my area. And that changed where the packets go from where I am to everywhere else, pretty much. I'm pretty sure where I am is like a cul-de-sac of internet, so cables go out one way and from there on branch into different directions. Aside from one that goes to like major cities in like the more eastern part of Europe, Germany, all of that. So what essentially was happening is that all the data that had to be sent from me towards like more westward was like impossible. There was like nothing that I could do. Oh, 2 seconds. While all the data that had to be sent eastward was working reasonably well, like not perfectly, there was still like tons of jitter, which that's the primary problem in that case. It was jitter, so your ping is like acceptable in 1 millisecond, and then like very shortly after it goes up significantly or down significantly. Like it's very inconsistent, I guess would be the easiest term to describe that with. So that was the problem. I live in a position where most of the traffic that game servers in Europe are usually in Frankfurt, which is Germany, but like westwards from where I am. Any data that goes to European, that's the other tier 6. Fuck. Every packet that goes to any European data center is usually to the west from me. So the fact that I had good internet to the east didn't really do much for me. Like the things that don't require like a consistent internet up or down, like voice chat was surprisingly possible. YouTube, live streaming in general, that was all no problem. The problem really was, gaming. Pretty much anything that requires, very consistent connection, because like on Discord, like it won't really matter if like one specific packet takes like 100 milliseconds long. Like that's not that problematic. But in COPS, while you're jiggle peeking or doing some other stuff, yeah, that's not gonna end well. So I reached out to my ISP, showing them data that one of their servers, I actually did like it's called a ping, surprisingly. It's basically your location pinging to a server, and just basically asking the server, yo, did you receive that packet, yes or no? And if you did, how long did it take? And doing that over and over again, pretty much. And I showed them basically a graph of that. I can put that on screen if I find it. That basically showed that my internet was reliable in the 20 to 30 area, 20 to 30 milliseconds that is. And surprisingly, there would be like spikes, momentary spikes, where it would just go up to 300, 400 something, and then it would go right back down. So that suggests that this most likely isn't an issue with my home network, because most of the packets go through perfectly. And I also explained to them that this wasn't something that was happening like during like prime hours. Like I had days in that week where there were evenings on like a Friday or a Saturday where you would assume, okay, yeah, that's going to be the times where it's going to be congested and jitter is going to happen. There were those times where it was super smooth, to the point where I was like, okay, maybe I just try to do the video or try to record the stuff, and yeah, it didn't last long, unfortunately. But there were other days where it was like 3 a.m. on a weekday. It's like Thursday morning, 3 a.m. and like the entire fucking everything breaks down. I can't send packets anywhere. That happened. So I'm telling them, yo, this is normal. This is not what's supposed to happen. This is most likely not congestion. So what the fuck's going on, pretty much? And they responded with not a lot. Then I sent them, like these were 2 separate messages. First, I gave them like a rough description of what was going on. And the second one was more detail, going like, yeah, this and this is happening. These are the exact servers I'm trying to connect to. These are the times where I'm trying to do it. And it's not working, or it's very inconsistent. And as soon as I sent them this like irrefutable evidence that something is wrong in their system, not in my home network, they just ghost me. Like they still haven't responded to me. And that was like 2 months ago almost at this point. Yeah, so that's effectively going on. Meanwhile, my internet has gotten better, so I am more or less certain that this was like a momentary maintenance thing. Another thing that I found out while I was doing that was that if I lived like 2 streets further westward, I would have a fiber connection. But like where I live, I don't. Moving is obviously not. Why do we get the no? So moving is not worth it, of course. But yeah, that just tickled me in all the right places. Yeah. So we have some. So that's the reason why the video didn't come out. I also made this, which you have on screen right now, which was meant to be the thumbnail for the video that yeah, that was like meant to happen. That was just gonna explain like, yeah, why haven't I uploaded in a while? Yeah, that's why. Regardless, Yeah, that was basically just my glorified Photoshop practice that just went a little too far, and then I was like, okay, yeah, well, I could effectively just do that. Regardless, we're out of cases again. I'm slowly getting hopeful that we are gonna get it with this batch of cases, hopefully. Yeah, so to give you like a short descriptor, because we seem to have a bit more time, we have gotten, I mean, we are still, if we get it like within this batch, we're still like unreasonably lucky. It's meant to take like 3,400 cases or something stupid like that, and we are not that far. So let me just give you like a short breakdown on why that's happening. So Germany has that thing where we're just very stupid when it comes to future-proof technology. So anything that's where it would require an expert to judge whether it's a fluke in development or if it's actually a thing that will catch on and become the norm, like the internet was in the early 2000s. We don't really believe the experts. We just go, yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna be fine. Same thing we did, like the whole coal power thing, and we were like, oh yeah, we don't need our nuclear grid actually. We'll just do shit with coal until the day we die, I guess. And then we started building a renewable grid, and the renewable grid didn't replace coal, it replaced nuclear for some reason, because like our politicians are smoking crack, allegedly, maybe. Anyway, well, I guess my little dossier on why Germany sucks has been cut short a little. Yeah, that's the A-Cam. That's what we were after. I appreciate you a lot for watching this video. The video that I was working on, by the way, I can make that now. My internet is working currently. I hope that will still be the case until I'm done with that video. If you want to hear updates from that, join my Discord server. If you want to hear updates in general, join my Discord server. I'm way more active there than I am on Community tab or any other social media. You can talk to me in DMs or anything if there's anything. You can always write comments. I respond to comments. You know how it is. So usual, like, comment, subscribe. You know how it is. Thank you very much for watching. And see you soon with a video that is maybe not opening cases, but like something productive actually this time, maybe.